Hey everybody, we get a lot of questions about painting polyurethane or glossy or shiny doors. So I thought we'd do a real quick little video on that. So with modern paints today, you're not going to have a lot of problems with adhesion. You could get really good primers, a lot of really good products out there that will stick to things. Your problem is going to be what you started with. So you want to end up with etched, which means sanded. There's a couple other products out there that are called liquid sandpaper, but I personally think when you're into dark and shiny like this, you're going to want to etch it. So you're going to want to take a sander with a medium grit sandpaper, which would translate to, in the real world, like a 120 120 150 paper, something like that. You don't want to, so you're not so we're really not sanding the door, we're just scuffing the door. So even if I was to take this sander, all I do I just make sure that I don't miss. You get either a fan or a back and forth or whatever is quick, because we have a lot of doors here. And you just get that finish off. So all you did is you created little tiny micro grooves for the primer to stick to. So that will be, you'll be able to adhere. That's another good point. There is no such thing in this process that I could give you sound advice that I would tell you that there's a paint product out there that you're going to be able to skip the primer. The paint and primer in one, all of those products that are out there, it's just not going to work. You're going to have to do a quality primer. So then we use denatured alcohol. You really don't have to do this at this step if you didn't want to, but it's always a good thing. And then we clean our door. So the purpose of the denatured alcohol is it's just a really good cleaner. And what's even better about the fact that it's a really good cleaner, when I'm done, I got all of that finish on the thing, but what happens is the denatured alcohol just evaporates away. So in other words, when I go to put down my primer product, I don't have to worry about that I used a soapy cleaner or a greasy cleaner or something like that, which would negate what I'm trying to do here. So what I'm trying to do here is end up with a clean door and a scratch door, and then next we'll move on to the primer. So then the next time I come up with a video, we'll go over the primer process. So.
Now, does it matter what kind of fancy sander you have here? Is
oh, yeah.
one in my
so
garage?
That's a really good point. So this with a dust collection and everything is a lot of money. So it's $1,000 sander. If you were to, so everything, a little less expensive sander might be a little bit slower, but it's gonna give you the same result. And to be honest with you, you could certainly just take sandpaper and scuff the door by hand. So to be honest with you too, if you're absolute beginner, maybe that's a better approach, because then you don't have to worry about you spend too long on one spot or anything else, or airborne dust, stuff like that. You should always think about a dust mask. The nice thing about the dust collection is just that if you're in a house, it's taken 95% of the dust out of the air that we don't have to worry about wiping off the wall. But other than that, you could do everything we just talked about here with a $1.50 sheet of sandpaper and a clean rag with some denatured alcohol on it, or you could certainly just do a damp rag, a microfiber rag or something like that, and maybe do what I just did a little bit more thoroughly, but you'll end up with the same result. So I guess I'll see you guys when we do some primer.
Awesome. Thanks, George.
Yep.